Hello, welcome to Rerun's Reading Corner. This week we'll be interviewing 2 people from The Most Dangerous Game. But first, here are a few scenes from the story. Whitney! Stop! Help me! Come back! I must keep my nerve. I'll leave a trail for him to follow. I'll climb this tree for the night.
Better luck next time. Rageford, how in God's name did you get here?
I swam. I found it faster than walking through the jungle.
Congratulations, you've won the game.
I'm still a beast at bay. Get ready, General Zera.
I see.
Hello, welcome to my show. Today I'll be interviewing Eva Sanchez, and sir, I have a question for you. What contribution to the story of The Most Dangerous Game did the setting make?
Well, in scene 1, the fog was as thick as a blanket, which forces Rainsford to get on the railing to see where the gunshots were coming from. That causes him to fall into the blood-warm water. The water can be seen as a sedative, causing Rainsford to be unable to swim back to his boat. The salt water also makes Rainsford choke and doesn't allow him to scream for help.
That's why he couldn't get back to his boat. That's why Whitney couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Okay, furthermore, in scene 2, the forest is dark and dense, so Rainsford had to fight his way through while getting hit by branches. Also, he couldn't go straight through it since that would take him straight to the sea. However, this scene is where the forest first helps Rainsford, or at least where he first thinks it helps him. This happens when he's able to climb the tree for rest. But General Zera still sees him and smiles, even though he does not attack.
So does he think that does he know he's in the tree? Does Zeraf know he's in the tree?
General Zera is well aware that he's in the tree.
Okay. Does Rainsford know this?
No.
He's
He
not aware?
questions why he smiles though.
So he kind of knows it, but he doesn't want to accept it.
Yeah. And in scene 3, the setting helps Rainsford again when he is running away from General Zera. When he is running away through the forest, a gap in the trees leads him to a cliff near the sea. Rainsford looked down at the raging sea. Then he jumped into it. The general thought he was dead, which helped Rainsford with the hunt.
So I'm assuming that Zera could not see Rainsford in the sea because of the white waters?
Yeah.
And this is why he thought he was dead, which caused him to not
Hunt him further.
hunt him, yes.
Yeah. And in scene 4, since Rainsford came into Zera's bedroom, Zera was caught off guard, evoking his loss in The Most Dangerous Game. Since Rainsford swam rather than walked through the jungle like Zera, he got to the house quicker, which gave him the time to think about how he would attack Zera.
So they fought in the end, and I'm assuming Rainsford ended up winning.
Yes.
Did Zeraf die?
Yes.
And what happened after they fought?
Rainsford sleeps in his bed, and He says, "I've never slept in a more comfortable bed."
And this is like a peaceful setting for him. He's at peace now. He's calm.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow. Welcome. Today I'm again interviewing Eva Sanchez. My first question for you today is the setting essential to the story, or could it take place anywhere?
Well, Riordan, the story couldn't have taken place anywhere else because the effect of foreshadowing would have been taken away. The island gives off an eerie feeling, especially because the ships that go to the island never return. Furthermore, Rainsford couldn't have escaped by running until he found a civilization, thus making an island the perfect setting.
I understand that all sailors who go there are never again seen, and I understand also that this island has a nickname. Do you know what this is?
Ship Trapped Island.
And do you know why this is? Why it's called that?
Usually because all ships end up sinking and their men and crews end up disappearing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure interviewing you. Tomorrow on Riordan's Reading Corner, I will be interviewing Jasmine Castro. Welcome to my show.
Hi.
Today I'm interviewing Jasmine Castro. My first question for today is, how did the setting reveal the characters?
Well, in the story, the author describes General Zero's home as a palatial chateau. Because of his castle, we infer that he is a rich man, leading him to believe he is superior to others. Since he thinks he is above the law, he does whatever he wants, including hunt people.
I was wondering for our viewers, could you define a palatial chateau?
A palatial chateau is described more as a castle.
Oh, I understand. So he is obviously a very, very rich man.
Yes.
And this is why, as you said, he thinks he's better than everybody else.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow on Riordan's Reading Corner. Welcome back. Today I'm again interviewing Jasmine Castro. I was hoping we could continue our conversation on the characters, but this time with Rainsford.
Well, throughout the story, nature is against Rainsford. For example, when he falls into the ocean and when the forest gets in his way. However, Rainsford perseveres through all his obstacles, but later uses nature to his advantage.
So he obviously would never quit through a story. He was put in all these issues, but he never stopped.
Yes, you can describe him as a fighter.
Okay, thank you very much. See you next time on Riordan's Reading Corner. I would again like to welcome Jasmine Castro. My question for you today is, how does the story make use of symbolic settings?
The story uses symbolic setting when Rainsford jumps into the blood-warm water. The blood-warm water can be symbolic of death, since sailors have died in the sea.
And it makes you think that the sailor's blood is actually in the water.
Yes. Also, the jungle is representative of how nature works against Rainsford. Throughout the story, the trees always get in his way.
And this is again showing how he perseveres through all his problems.
Yes. Another example is Rainsford laying in Zero's bed, which symbolizes peacefulness and the end of his struggle.
Because he is calm, and usually when you sleep, you are at peace with yourself.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
See you next time. Today's my last interview, Jasmine Castro. Jasmine, today my final question for you is, how does the story create suspense?
The setting helps create suspense mainly in two parts. The first is when Rainsford is hiding in the tree. He sees Zero smile at him, although he doesn't pursue him. It makes the reader wonder if Zerov actually saw Rainsford.
Now that we've read the story, does Zerov actually see him?
Yes, he actually does. The second is when Rainsford jumps off the cliff. Connell doesn't continue the scene with Rainsford, but instead goes on to talk about Zerov, leaving the reader to wonder whether or not Rainsford is alive.
Once again, since we read the story, he really is alive. He hasn't died, but the reader doesn't know that in the middle of the story.
Yes.
Thank you. Today is my final show. Goodbye.